recording this, and we're going live.
We are live. Hey, there we are.
Whoa, there it goes.
What's up, Facebook?
What up, everybody? So, we're going to be recording our first episode of Business Bros in 2019.
1119.
All right, you ready? Here we go.
I am ready.
In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to another episode of Business Bros. As always, we want to take a moment to remind you why you are here listening to us today. If you're investing your valuable time into our podcast, it's because you understand the truth behind Albert Einstein's words.
Problems cannot be solved by the same level of thinking that created them.
So if you want to find financial freedom, make more money, quit your current 9-to-5 job,
or if you want to increase your bottom line, be a better investor, or be a better business owner,
then you must follow the number one rule in business, which is
be of service to others.
Business Bros would love to help you maximize your profits by helping you find ways to be of service to more people alongside our fellow entrepreneurs and the Money Coaching Club, aka
E=MC².
So please join the conversation at Business Bros Pod. And you can find previous episodes of our podcast on our website, siasfirst.com. That's siasfirst.com. And as you listen today, remind yourself of these 3 questions regarding today's topic. Why did you get into business in the first place?
What does your life look like when you help others to make more money?
And how can, what was our last question? How can you take advantage of the information here today?
By scheduling your coaching call for free today. Remember, if success is for me, schedule a coaching call for free.
Dude, so we are now officially in 2019.
Officially, how you feeling this morning?
I'm good. I'm
yeah, right as rain. Well, yeah, that's right.
I didn't drink anymore.
You have been basically sober for
like 2.5 months.
2.5 months?
Yeah, it's been quite some time.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I have no real reason. I didn't quit like as a New Year's resolution or anything.
No, I mean, obviously, because it's been 2.5 months now, and it's just 1/1 today. So that would be
mathematically impossible.
A New Year's resolution that started, 2 months before the new year.
Oh, for sure.
But hey, speaking of New Year's resolutions, one of mine was to visit every museum at Balboa Park, and today happens to be Tuesday. 1119 is a Tuesday, and on Tuesdays every Tuesday at Balboa Park, they have a selection of free museums, and it just so happened that today I got to see the Model Railroad Museum, the Fleet Science Center, and the Natural History Museum.
So you're basically telling me you started off the new year like everybody else and have begun to make your New Year's resolutions, and you're sticking to them.
Yeah, I mean, I started on the path. And so one of the things that I got to do, actually, we've been messing around with the Sling Studio for a while here, so I haven't gotten around to it. But I'm going to put it in my calendar. It's every 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Tuesday. So if there's a 5th Tuesday in the month, there's no free museums that
They skip it on you.
They skip it. But the 1st through the 4th, so this month it was the 1st Tuesday, next month it'll be the 2nd Tuesday, and the month after it'll be the 3rd Tuesday, and etc. and so on. So I'll basically get to see every museum at Balboa Park, not once, not twice, but thrice.
Not once, not twice, but thrice.
And I'll make a day of it once a month just to be able to go out there and spend that time doing it.
Dude, it's totally trippy using this new Sling Pro thing, so if you guys hear me a little delayed, I'm getting a little used to this whole switching from screen to screen thing. But hopefully you guys get a little bit of fun stuff on there. You see something so boring.
I'm actually on the program right now, it's telling me.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it's switching. I can see exactly you are on the program because I did the split screen.
Oh, snap!
So, hey, shout out to Jose and Katon for setting us up with this Sling Studio thing. I think it's
pretty cool deal.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool thing. I mean, we like it. We're still messing with it, so hopefully, if you're listening to us live, tell us if the audio sounds good, because we don't know for sure. Last time the audio didn't sound so good, and it didn't pan out as well as we liked it to.
Honestly, if they're listening to us right now and the audio is still not good, They have no idea that we just asked them to do that.
True story. So, anyways, let's jump into this 2019 gig. What do you say? Oh! So, hey, reach out. Shout out to Jose and Kate.
Whoa.
Wow. That was weird, huh?
We can probably edit that out.
I don't know. It's not. You can't edit the live stuff. So, anyways, all we did was I was checking the Facebook feed and it jumped on our stuff because it's all on the same computer. So,
oh yeah. Okay.
All right, let's jump into our topic for today. What is our topic for today?
Our topic, actually, I really like it. It is titled "Selling Yourself on You."
And I figured it's appropriate because, dude, it's 2019. So if you've scrolled through Facebook, if you've scrolled through Instagram, everybody's putting it out there, right? What they're going to be doing in 2019.
Yep, these are the things that I'm going to do.
I'm going to lose weight. I am going to wake up early. I am going to stop procrastinating until tomorrow.
Hey, I put my new schedule for the year together, and I got started on going to museums, and I'm going to keep doing that. And other than that, honestly, for me, it's a lot more of the same. I guess when it comes to the museums, it's just something cool that I want to do.
Yeah,
it's
different.
Yeah,
it's different. But nonetheless, we're out there. We're putting it out there. Now
we're out there. We're putting it out there, and everybody else is putting it out there. And here we are talking to you about selling yourself on you and believing in what you're capable of.
Yeah, and I've had a little bit of a dilemma here with what it is that you put out there, because I'm afraid that once you put it out there, it's gonna be gone. Right? Like, it's gonna be like one of those where everybody's like, yeah, go out there, you're gonna make it, you're gonna lose all this weight, you're gonna start your diet.
I see.
And you get that, that subconscious, yes.
The brain trick?
The brain trick, right?
Yeah.
It's the moment you put it out there that you're gonna be something and you get all that gratification, which is really what your brain is after, right? It's after that gratification, that thank you, that applause. That
hey, good job.
Yeah, and then what happens is it's satisfied by those comments, and then of course you kind of fall off the bandwagon.
All right, so anybody out there listening right now, here's what we're going to tell you. Don't cheer me on. Hold me accountable. Anything that I haven't done, don't say, hey, great job, keep at it, da-da-da-da. Just tell me, hey, did you do it? No? You suck.
Yeah, dude, there should be like a nice little feature on Facebook. Like, it's an automatic reminder of this post. And I know it reminds you like every year, so this is what happened a year ago today. But it should be one that pops up. I know you can set this on your Google Calendar. Yeah. But there should be one that pops up on Facebook. Be like, remember you said this on this post, right? You put it out there. You said you were going to lose weight. You said you were going to do whatever. And then it kind of holds you accountable.
Yeah, I like
the
it.
Accountability feature on Facebook.
The accountability buddy.
Because I think that would make a big difference, right?
I think so. I actually did it on my alarms on my phone. I set up all my alarms. So, I'm waking up at 5:30 and, I'm going to do some meditation in the morning, make sure that I get my brain right. And, 6 o'clock is when I go to walk Katie, and 3 o'clock is when I'm here at the podcast, and all these different things. So I have all my 9 o'clock on Mondays and Wednesdays is going to be my call blocks for agents, and it's I love it because I
actually have a reminder popping up.
I have a reminder popping up, and it says agent calls, no excuses. Block your time,
dude. The no excuses is the hard part, right? You don't have excuses as many excuses as I do.
We can
all find excuses.
Shoot, yeah.
That's the big thing, is we can always find any excuse to stop us from doing what we don't want to do when we don't want to do it. But what's going to prevent us from doing that? And I think that's what our first point here for selling yourself on you. What is it you want out of life?
What is it that you want out of life? I've been listening a lot to this lady called Abraham Hicks. And one of the things that she talks about is that when you are keenly aware of what it is that you want, then you can actually start to realize it.
Oh, sure.
So,
figuring out what you want is always the tough part.
That is a tough thing. But here's a great thing. You don't have this on here. What she talks about, what Abraham Hicks talks about, is the contrast. So if there is something in your life that you are less than satisfied with, knowing what you don't want helps you realize what you do want.
Knowing what you don't want helps you realize what you do want. In other words, it's like a pro and con list, and you're writing down all the cons versus all the pros.
It's the two-sided coin. You can't have one without the other, right? If you don't have enough money, the lack of money makes you want more money.
Yeah. The fear, the pain is much more. What can I say? It induces an effect more than the goal, right? Mm-hmm. So the pain of, I don't know, breaking your leg is much more conducive to you getting to do something than the muscular leg at the end of the trail. I don't know how to pronounce
I kind of lost you a little bit. But...
Okay, so I'm saying, like, if you wanted to do something, right, and I want to be able to pick up the phone, right? Well, making the phone call is the reward of having the phone, right? And that's cool and that's great. But the reason why you pay your bills is because you're afraid of what happens if you don't have it.
Sure.
Versus having it. Is that making more sense? No, I guess not. All right. Anyways, back to Abraham Hicks.
All I'm saying is we have on our notes here that self-awareness... Light. Self-awareness is really important. And you have to really know what it is that you want out of life. And we know that sometimes it's hard to identify what that thing is. But, again, when you know what you don't want, it's easier to come to grips with what it is that you do want. If there's something lacking in your life, then that lack is what you don't want, so what you do want is the opposite of that.
Man. All right, this is a weird one, because I'm getting lost in my own self. Okay.
But here's the thing. Whatever it is that you do want, you can achieve it. You can achieve it, whatever it is that you do want. And you're going to set that for yourself. Extreme success to the levels of, I don't know, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Mark Zuckerberg, etc., Jeff Bezos, that's not for everybody.
No, I mean, and that reminds me of like the Gary Vee thing, right? So Gary Vee's after the New York Jets, right? He wants to eventually someday purchase the New York Jets, even though they may not even ever be for sale. But that's his goal. That's his goal. So his daily routine, his ambition to do whatever it is that he's going to do when he gets up and works for whatever it is, he's shooting for multi-billionaire, right? And that's extreme success for some people. So when you're trying to compare what you're doing on a day-to-day basis compared to what Gary Vee's doing on a day-to-day basis, it's not the same. It's nowhere near the same. You're never going to be at that level unless you're truly trying to achieve that goal.
Correct.
And for us, it's like, I don't need to be a billionaire. That's not what I'm after. So I don't have to work 23 hours a day slaving away because I want to be a billionaire. No, that's not my thing.
We only have to work 18 hours a day because we want to be millionaires.
Right. It's just a little bit different. But I guess that's what it is, where you're understanding the different goals of what you want to get out of life, right? And extreme success, it's a perspective thing. What you want out of life may not be the same as what your mentors are trying to achieve in life. Does that make sense?
Definitely.
Finally making sense?
That part of it definitely does. That part of it definitely does. I mean, you talk a lot about Gary Vee, and for sure, he's a mentor. He's an influencer. He's somebody that is doing a lot of things that we want to do, and a lot of people really want to follow in his footsteps. But the amount of work that he puts into his day, the amount of work that he puts into everything that he does, not everybody is even capable of dedicating that much time and that much effort into what they do. He did it. He is doing it. He is building and creating, and what he's doing is beyond the scope of what a lot of people are even asking for.
Yeah, which basically leads into our next point, right? Which we're talking about, what's the difference between being comfortable and being extraordinary, right? Being comfortable.
And which do you want?
And which do you want? Exactly. Because I know a lot of people. And it's funny because Gary Vee says it. I know people who make millions of dollars a year and hate every day, and I know people who make $42,000 a year and love every single day at what it is they do, right? And it's a comfort versus extraordinary. Just because And I talked about this actually on Twitter before, where the difference between buying a luxury and buying a fancy thing, right?
Yeah.
I know some purchases make us happy, but is that purchase making you happy on a short term basis? Are you buying something to put a Band-Aid on a bigger wound, or are you truly after those luxury items? Because because if you're just buying it to patch a wound, that's something deeper. That's something that's you really got to dig deep and go past the monetary goal, right? This is why us being of service being the number one rule in business for us is much more than just the dollar figure. That's why for us we have this arbitrary dollar figure, right? But it's mostly how can we affect people out there to help inspire them. In other words, I want to see people get rich. The wife sometimes gets upset at me because she's like, you every time you do stuff, you're always making other people a lot of money, and I'm like, good. I like to do that, right? I like to make a lot of people a lot of money, and it's a different way of living. It makes me happy. It makes me happy to get up in the morning and go do it again because I get to see people succeeding and people achieving what it is that they want to do, and it comes back to you in a different way. It does make the difference between being happy and being rich, right? Rich doesn't necessarily buy you happiness. It might buy you time, which helps you figure out what's happy, but being of service to others, actually being genuine, building these relationships. I can't wait for next week to come back because we get to jump back on the interview train. That's the best part of our show, I think, is when we get to talk to other people and we understand what's comfortable and what's extraordinary for them, because each of us has a different idea of what that is.
Right.
100% different, right? I mean, when I tell people I live in National City, it's a different thing versus people who are I don't know, in La Jolla or Eastlake or Del Mar or whatever it is, right? And not that one's better than the other, but they are different.
For sure.
They are different, and no matter where you're at, whether you're in one place or the other, doesn't tell you whether you're happy or not. So, this is a big self-awareness thing. This is one of those things that I think 2019 really brings to the table. The New Year's Day really brings to the table is when you set a goal. Is it a monetary goal, and is the monetary goal is it more than just reaching a dollar amount? It's to me, it's got to be more than reaching the dollar amount. It just has to be.
2019 for me, the year of abundant receiving. Man, I'm going to get everything I want this year. That's what it is. I'm going to get everything I want. The year of abundance. There's so much opportunity out there. There is so much that we're able to do for people. There's going to be so much that we are going to do this year. It's going to be an amazing year. I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to be talking to so many people and having so many people on the show. There's going to be an abundance of value that we're going to be bringing to the table. There's going to be an abundance of interviewees. There's going to be an abundance of fun and laughter and friendships that we're going to have, that we're going to make along the way. It's going to be just an abundant year.
I like that, though. An abundant year.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I don't mind the receiving part. I do love the receiving part. I think the receiving part is actually really, really awesome. But I don't know. It's how do you get there is always the question, right? I mean, I would love to have a six-pack of, nice abs and full muscular. And I could say this is the year that I'm going to be perfectly physically fit. But what do you got to do to get there?
You have to be ready for it.
You have for sure.
But you have to be ready for it, and you have to be willing to take that step, right? So if you are not ready for that six-pack, you're not going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, an extra hour, to go to the gym, to run, to lift weights, to do sit-ups, to do push-ups, etc., and so on. If you're not ready for that, you're not going to do it. But if you're ready for it, you can do it.
Yeah, but even then, okay, ready for it. What does ready for it mean? When you read a lot of books and there's a lot of, mindset stuff, there's a lot of that, to me, a lot of times it's just the fluff. It's the start point, because you can fluff up and be mindset ready all day long, but the action is the part that's actually going to get you there. I can think about having abs, and I can be mentally prepared, and I can wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. I still got to go run. I still got to do the sit-ups. I still got to do the push-ups, right? And those to me is the difficult part. Well, I mean, to not just me, to everybody else in that's looking out to do whatever it is that they're going to do.
Absolutely true. You're absolutely right. You do still have to do the work. You're not going to get there just by hoping, wishing, dreaming, and, being ready. You have to be ready, but when you're ready, you will do the work because it's what you want to do. You're going to be there. It's going to be ready to go. You're going to be ready to go. You're going to get up at 5. You're going to put in the work, and it's not going to be as difficult as you think. It's going to start off maybe a little bit difficult. It's going to be, forming a new habit is always something that tends to be a challenge for people. But when you are ready to receive it, and it will come to you in abundance, you'll get it. You'll get it.
Dude, I love the admiration. The enthusiasm that you're like, it's one of those things that I know is your New Year's thing, right? You're like, I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go do it. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to have a smile on my face. I'm going to show the love, and it's going to come to me in
droves.
In droves, dude.
Yeah. It's we've been talking about it for months now, how things are really changing. Things have been changing for me with the podcast, talking with people, getting to know people, really valuing friendships and relationships, those that I do at karaoke and those that I make, every episode that we do, all of the interviews that we did, the 16 people that we gave shout-outs to on yesterday's episode.
The people who've been on the show?
The people that have been on the show. I'm looking forward to reconnecting with all of them later on this year and connecting with all new people. One of the things that actually Pipeline Insurance is going to be doing is a monthly happy hour for our agents. I'm really looking forward to getting to know our agents and hanging out with them and bringing something of value to them. Not just drinks, but it's going to be a happy hour of learning. We're going to be there with...
It's that camaraderie, right? It's that building that the relationship aspect of the business side. And I mean, I might throw this out there, by the way. Any of you people who are interested in being part of the Pipeline family, whether as a licensed agent or as a client, reach out to us, Hernan@csfirst.com or James@csfirst.com. And we'll get you quoted up for homeowners, business insurance, whatever. And you can come. We'd love to invite you to our happy hours that we're going to host on a monthly basis, and you just come and network with people, right? These maybe not necessarily. At first we're going to be doing this with our insurance agents, not our real estate agents, but we'll be inviting a bunch of different people to just come and network and have a good time. And we're hoping that this is the start of something great, right?
Yeah.
Because really, when it comes down to your business relationships are what's going to drive you to the next level, right? In any business, they always talk about getting into your sphere of influence, right? And the problem is that if you only have a certain sphere that you start off with, whether it's your contacts in your Facebook feed, whether it's your contacts in your cell phone, whatever it is, you're only limited to those circle of influence. And the way you're going to succeed going forward from there is to expand that circle of influence.
Yes.
Right? And this is where it becomes getting out of your comfort zone. This is where, what is it that you want out of life? When you start to figure out what it is that you do want, and then you have to go out there and get it, it means you have to get out of your comfort zone. It means that you have to show up. It means that you have to talk. It means that you have to say hello. It means that you have to do all the things that make you a little bit uncomfortable on a daily basis.
And let me pull up another shout out here. This one goes out to, I believe it was Heather, who actually built her business without going to her circle of influence. She just out of the gate said, nope, I'm not touching these people. I am going and getting new leads, generating my own leads. And so anybody who wants to reach out to her, go back to that episode. I think it was 104 or 106, somewhere around there. And yeah, get in touch with her and get some ideas from her episode as well.
All right, and then anybody else who's looking to do something fun, look, I was told, and one of the main reasons why we even started the podcast was that if you're going to be in business, you need to be a media company first, and then whatever it is you do second, right? And part of understanding that is being able to put out content, being able to tell stories. This is probably my biggest goal for 2019, is to find a way to put out fun content where it's not just us talking, it's not just, us interviewing, but how do I keep the engagement level high? How do I take, and the funny part is I'm taking cues from Disney.
Disney.
Okay. So I watch Liam's Disney shows or whatever, or I watch things like Family Guy. How do you keep interest on something? Little short ways of storytelling, and that's kind of what I really want to excel at this year. Is how do I tell a story, right? And if you are already doing something that's exciting, that's fun, that gets you, doing it's actually doing what you want to do. But if you can really tell a story about what it is that you're doing and expand on that, there are other people who are interested in that have fun with that sphere, that have fun in that realm. And once you have the attention of those people, then you can expand the relationship and also dwell into what it is you do professionally. Right? And so that's kind of where I'm hoping to be at in 2019, is you're going to enjoy, my goal is that you enjoy my content, that you learn from it on accident, but that you enjoy the content.
I love it. That's perfect.
Make sense?
That's perfect, yeah.
I'm finally making sense.
Yeah, you're on it, man. You're on it. 2019.
And I was the sober one.
2019, the year of making sense.
Right.
And dollars. Lots of dollars.
Cents and dollars.
Cents and dollars. So what can you do? If you're selling yourself on you, what can you do? There's a difference between what you're willing to do and what you're capable of doing, right?
Right, absolutely.
So what do you mean? We have certain constraints that you have on yourself. There are things that may be holding you back. You may have a full-time job. You can't dedicate, 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day to your business. So you have these time constraints. That is a constraint, but you are capable of putting a lot of time and focus and energy. You just need to know what it is that you're going after during that time.
Oh, for sure. So time is a constraint. I mean, most people have that 8-hour job that they're going to be going to work on a daily basis, right? And the problem with not only just the 8 hours is that the exhaustion level, right? So you get out of work after you've already been working, and then we're over here, or other people are over here telling you, now you got to dedicate another 3 or 4 hours to your side hustle.
Right.
That's not the funnest thing to do, which is why understanding, that's why doing something fun, something that you enjoy doing, is absolutely important. And you can revolve whatever it is that you do in your side hustle around what you're already enjoying to do, right? Because the only way you're going to get past the extra 3, 4, 5 hours of work that needs to be put into the side hustle is if you enjoy that activity.
And I think going back to it, if you think about it, it should be probably coming from a media first standpoint, right? Whatever it is that you're doing, put a face to it, put your own spin on it, and make people enjoy it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you might have kids, right? So your kids have activities. You might have, I know baseball's coming around the corner, right? And there's going to be times where you have a bunch of baseball practice and you have to take the kids to practice. Maybe you start talking to other parents in the neighborhood about what it is that it's like being a parent, or how to make the snack bar better, or what type of cleats you should get, or where are the deals for this type of equipment. All these things are relevant and important about what's going on in your life already. These are the decisions that you have to make anyways. Why not revolve them and put them out there for people to find things that are interesting? There's this teacher that I work with at Eastlake, and she always has posts, and they're mostly about her kids and what's going on, right? Her kids in football, her kids in basketball, or whatever. And she posts things like, "This is the schedule for the football team, for the JV football team, or for the freshman football team. Hey, the game starts today at 3. Hope to see you there." Right? There's things that she's already doing. And here's the key, though. Everybody finds that information useful. If you're working at Eastlake, or if you have a kid that goes to Eastlake, that information is valuable. You want to know when the games are starting, when the practices are, who's driving up to the different fields, right? That's already a networked information. You don't have to be the Gary V of whatever it is that you're doing. As long as you're giving information that's valuable to the people around you, that's all you need to do. And then from there, you have attention. She has people who look at her posts. And what makes her even that much more valuable is when people comment, she comments back. Mm-hmm. When she sees other people who have been commenting on her stuff, she comments on their posts, right? This is the activity that you're doing. You're already on your phone anyways. Mm-hmm. Might as well make it a little more useful, right? Revolve other people around what it is you're doing because you have important information that you need to put out. It's not important for everybody. It's not. No. But it's important to a group of people that are around you. And those people and that circle of influence will expand if you focus your attention on being of value to those people.
Yep, value is added and being of service to others all at the same time.
All right, we'll finish up these constraints here in a little while because we're rounding the bend here on time. So, no, you know what? We're rounding the bend on time, but I was going to be like, we have a new outro and stuff. But
we're going to try that one out?
No, we're going to try it out until we get it pre-recorded. So we're hitting it up with Fiverr and gonna get that stuff recorded, and then we'll post it out here. But in the meantime, if you guys want to follow us on any of our social media feeds, make sure you go to at Business Bros Pod for it's right there on your screen, by the way. It's kind of trippy that I can do that now.
What?
Yeah, it's right there on your screen at Business Bros Pod. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you notice, there's been a logo on this show from almost the whole time. It's our logo for Pipeline Insurance. So we want to make sure that we put that out there. We're here to help you insure home, auto, commercial, any of your business needs. Make sure you hit us up at Business Bros Pod, or you can go to our email, businessbros@csfirst.com. That's all we got for you guys today. Peace.
Bye-bye.
And I'm out. Thanks for the Facebook live feed, guys. Okay, it was a bumpy one. I was having a hard time making sense because if you didn't notice, I was also trying to put stuff on the screen and make sure I was on my show notes. It's just a mind adjustment, but I'll get there.
just a heads up. Nan is over here working with multiple computers and his phone right there. So dude, he's all over the place. But
it was
this bro rocks. Oh, whoops. It was karaoke ham night.
Oh, all right.
Except it's not tonight.
Hey, I tried pretty good for the first one. It's January 2019. It was what we tried to do. We're trying to get out here and make sure that we try to put out some quality content. And hey, first one done. We'll see what happens. We are going to record 2 more episodes. I don't know if we'll do these live, but we will videotape them, or we'll try to videotape them.
15% battery. Maybe.
That's okay, because I got video cameras so we can hook up HDMI. So we'll videotape them, we'll put them out, and we'll see you guys mañana or later on the internet. If you guys have any questions, peace. Trying to use the mouse on that thing. And the live feed.